This is turning out to be one of the best new releases for summer of this year. Cologne Officinale by Heeley. Hey fragrance family, I'm Dave and I'm a fragrance bro. Of course, your best source for everything fragrance related. Now, of course, you know I've been on the search for newer scents for summer, some really lively, bright scents that I think work great for summer. In my search, I found some really good ones, and this is a great one. And this is the newest release by Heeley called Cologne Officinale. Now, this was released just this year, 2023, this summer, and this was sent to me by Lucky Scent, who's also the sponsor for this video. I'll mention more of them at the end. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe down below. I think you will really like it here. If you like anything fragrance related, I think you'll like it. Now, this is such a good fragrance, and already there's been a little bit of confusion about the name itself. Now, the word cologne has kind of a mixed meaning. So one of the things it can mean is just kind of a generic term for a fragrance, or specifically for men. It can also mean an eau de cologne, which is a specific type of concentration. But in this case, it's not talking about either of those things. This is an eau de parfum, so it's a little bit stronger. And I would say this is more unisex anyway. It can be unisex, though I think it does work great, especially for men. But this in particular is talking about a style of fragrances. The original cologne, or eau de cologne, was made in Cologne, Germany, and it consisted of citruses and herbs and flowers, and it was a very citrusy, very fresh, vibrant type of scent. There are other houses that do cologne styles really well, specifically like some Italian houses like Santa Maria Novella or Acqua di Parma, just to name a couple here. This one is along that. It's a very fresh style of fragrance that kind of implies a citrus scent here. Now, notes in this are basil, lavender, sage, rosemary, oak moss, and amber. Now, I think this is a very modern take on the cologne style. It does kind of remind me of specifically maybe some older style fragrances as well, but done in a more modern, more streamlined way, I think. It's very refreshing, vibrant, aromatic, and soapy and clean as well. It's more like really, really fancy, kind of French luxury style of hand soap. Very clean, very fresh. And though there's no citrus in this, it almost kind of, to me, implies a citrus of some sort. Now, season for this, I think, is great for spring and great for summer, of course. I think this works best in the daytime, and occasion, I think, is great for casual and also really great for work. In some ways, this reminds me kind of like an old school aftershave. And there's some fragrances out there that it does kind of remind me of, some of which you might not have smelled before. Like for one is Cad by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, one of my favorites from the line. Cad is one in their normal line. I really like it a lot. And this also reminds me of YVRA 1958 by the House of YVRA. It's not necessarily just like it, but that one specifically was going after the kind of freshly washed out of a long day of traveling or that type of thing. You just want to just smell clean and refreshed. This reminds me of that type of feel, but just a little bit different in the way that they put everything together. The notes in this, I think, are great. You get a lot of that kind of herbal twinge. I do get some basil and lavender, especially at the start. I also get a little bit of the sage and rosemary too. All those kind of top four notes are kind of vying for attention. They're kind of just mixed together to make the kind of almost soapy type of smell that I think is just super great. Very herbal and clean. And then as it dries, I get a lot more of the oak moss and amber, but still with that kind of soapy type of overtone. Overall, fantastic, fantastic. Now, performance on me was pretty good. I would say it's not as good as maybe an eau de parfum normally is. I got maybe 6 hours tops on me. I'm okay with a scent like this that's gonna be just kind of clean and fresh, way better than like an eau de cologne concentration. This just gives me a little bit extra oomph to that type of smell. One specific use that I think this is great for is kind of that phantom fragrance type of smell. When you want to smell good and nice, but you don't really want to smell like you're wearing a cologne. I know there are several different industries, several different places where you can't really wear a fragrance. This doesn't necessarily smell like a traditional type of fragrance. It just smells like you're just clean. That's what I love about it. You can wear this in a lot of different places. No one's gonna bat an eye. No one's gonna say you smell too strong, and no one's gonna say you smell bad. They're just gonna say you have a nice smell. That is what I'm looking for with a scent like this. Projection was actually pretty strong on this with me, especially for the first couple of hours. It really pushed out and was pretty strong. Even though it doesn't maybe last as long as other fragrances out there, I don't expect a whole lot from a cologne type of smell that's just meant to smell clean and really fleeting. But overall, it is just a fantastic scent. And one thing that's great about this, you can get a sample of this on Lucky Scent's website. So if you want to try this, they have a great sample service. You can go and check it out for only a couple dollars. If you're looking to buy anything, definitely check them out down below and add a sample if you want. It's really, really great to try. If you're looking for that type of great summery, clean type of scent that smells great no matter what you're doing at any time of day, at any time, but doesn't smell like you're necessarily wearing like a strong cologne, just smells just nice, you've got to check out Cologne Officinale. And with that, of course, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Lucky Scent. They're one of the leaders in selling niche boutique fragrances. They have a huge variety, and as I've mentioned, they have a lot of different samples that you can get as well. They even have sample packs that you can get. Pretty cool. But definitely check this out from Lucky Scent. I think you'll really love it. Great site. Highly recommended. But I would love to know your thoughts. Have you tried this? What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? Because I love this scent. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Let me know your comments down below. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Bros. Bye.